Hi, this topic is called Let's Talk Interview. I did not work for Microsoft, so I'm a big, fat, a loser. We're going to be continuing to look at the negative past simple, or the past simple, and we're going to look at it in the negative form. Remember that the past simple states a state of being or a fact from the past that is finished, that's over, done. And we're going to be looking at it in the negative, or it states an act that was done routinely in the past in the negative. Let's check out the first example of a fact or state of being from the past. I did not work for Microsoft. It did not rain. They did not look for new candidates. I was not happy. An example of an act that was done routinely in the past in the negative. I did not have a long commute to work every day. We did not go camping in the winter. Mary did not run in the evenings. Let's check out how we form the negative past simple with to be and other modal verbs, which we've seen in the previous sections. Modal verbs are can, might, should, could. We take the subject, the predicate form, or the past simple form of the verb to be. We add not, because that's what tells us that the verb is in the negative, then the rest of the sentence. I am not there. In the present negative simple form it becomes I was not there. Pretty simple. We just changed the to be to the past tense. And we can shorten it by saying I wasn't there. Sarah is not happy becomes Sarah was not happy. Again, Sarah wasn't happy. You are not here for an interview. You were not here for an interview, or you weren't here for an interview. So we see again that we can shorten was not to become wasn't, and were not to become weren't. Let's take a look at all the other verbs, the way we conjugate them in the negative past simple. We take the subject, we add did, which is the past simple of the verb to do. Not tells us it's in the negative, and then the verb that we're using without the to in front of it, plus the rest of the sentence. So these verbs in the present negative simple become in the past negative simple. We're going to look at how they become. I do not work for Microsoft becomes I did, right? The past simple form of the verb to do. Then we add not plus the verb to work without the to in front of it. I did not work for Microsoft becomes I didn't work for Microsoft, because we can substitute did not for didn't. Cal does not make a cake for Mom's birthday becomes Cal did not make a cake for Mom's birthday. Kyle didn't make a cake for Mom's birthday. On Tuesday, they do not have a long commute to work. On Tuesday, they did not have a long commute to work. And again, did not becomes didn't. On Tuesday, they didn't have a long commute to work. Just remember that did not becomes didn't. And something to remember about this verb tense is that every single subject conjugates the same. I, you, he, she, it, we, and they all conjugate with did. Let's check out how not to use a negative past simple in an interview. If you say these things, you may or may not be hired. We'll see Simon Cowell's opinion in just a second. I do not work for Microsoft. Can you think of how we conjugate that in a negative past simple? I do not work for Microsoft becomes I didn't work for Microsoft, and to show it's in the past, we can use a date from the past in the early 1980s. I do not create the software Windows. I didn't create the software Windows. I do not make lots of money for Microsoft. I didn't make lots of money for Microsoft. Microsoft is not happy with my performance. Microsoft wasn't happy with my performance. And what does Simon Cowell have to say about that? Would he hire you or not if you did an interview with him? I don't know. What does he have to say? Let's check it out.
I'm going to say no. Horrible.
He's not happy. I'm going to say no, was his response. So just to recap, when forming the negative past simple, it's different with to be and modal verbs. We're just going to use to be in the past tense and add what? Not. So was not is wasn't, and were not becomes weren't. For all other verbs, we use did. And did not becomes didn't every single time. Here are some different examples of different verbs that are conjugated in the negative past simple. I hope you've enjoyed this section, and please stay tuned for our next one. Let's talk interview. I have worked at Toyota. Check you there. Bye-bye.